Andolfi. Richard's military career started when he joined the New York National Guard. While he was a senior in high school, this training is called split training. Then in July 1964, Richard joined the U.S. Army as an infantryman and was assigned to the 1st Infantry Division, C Company, 2nd Battalion, 16th Infantry Rangers. Richard then went to the division to Vietnam in June 1965. He had extended his tour for another year, but in January 1967 he was sent home after being wounded for the second time. Richard then took his first discharge in July 1968. He re-enlisted in February 1971 as a recruiter and retired in February 1992. His civilian career started with DYC Supply Company as a human resource manager and retired this in July of 2012. However, during this period of time, Richard also retired from the Virginia Beach Police Department Uniform Division in 2011. Also, Richard was the president of Vets House Incorporated. This was a non-profit organization. The purpose was to house homeless vets and start them on a new life. Richard has 4 children, Joellen, Patricia, Rosemarie, Shanna Marie, all in Andolfi's. He has 7 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren, and I believe they're all here at this time. Let us please welcome Richard Andolfi.
Woohoo!
Thank you very much. It is an honor and privilege to be here today with all of the veterans, their families, and children. Veterans Day is a traditional day to honor all servicemen and women, whether they've been in combat or not. And I applaud everyone who is here today who had served our nation. Memorial Day is also a great day for all of our combat veterans who have died in combat. And of course, that's in May of every year. Unfortunately, we forget the unsung heroes, the individuals who have left the military, joined a civilian life, took off the uniform, and passed away. For them, they will always be in our hearts. Of course, everyone knows on September 12th of this year, in Libya, we lost 4 great citizens of the United States. And, excuse me. And they were Glenn Daugherty and Tyrone Woods. They knew what sacrifice meant when they tried to save our ambassador of Libya. And we all have them in our hearts and prayers. It's important that we understand that our men and women in the service are fighting for our freedom. And of course, everybody knows if they're into politics or listens to the news, what's going to happen in January. Hopefully it's not, but it probably will. And of course, you know, we have to understand that all of our wounded soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen, when they pass through combat, we not only mourn them, but their families, especially the individuals who come back with no legs, no arms, severely injured. And this is not a plug for any organization, but Wounded Warriors is a great organization that helps all of our service members get through the most difficult times to civilian life, and we all applaud them. As your commander of the American Legion, James Couch says that we should honor every veteran every day without an exception. And speaking of honoring them, there have been a few times I've been up to uh, and went to a restaurant and seen a woman and a soldier or airman come in and eat their dinner, and I paid for their meal only because I felt not a duty but a respect for them being in uniform. The American Legion has many programs which support our military. Now I'm going to have to read them because I didn't remember them. There are numerous programs such as Family Support Network, Temporary Financial Assistance, National Emergency Fund, and Operation Comfort Warriors are just a few. And of course, their families. A lot of times people forget about our women in the military. I spent a number of years as a recruiter, and I have always said to my male counterparts that women are hard-working, more dedicated than their male counterparts. And of course, I got woo, boo, 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 boo. But that happens to be a fact. Women in our military today are sacrificing their lives like none before. I spent all year and so many months in Vietnam, and we had very, very few deaths from women. In Iraq, Afghanistan, there's a number of them that lost their lives, which is the first time in United States history. Let's go to homeless veterans. I spent 4 years in Virginia Beach as the president of Vets House. What we did, we took vets off the street, trained them, got them new jobs, and helped them into society. There's no more rewarding organization than a homeless veteran getting back into his normal routine. The United States military is defeating communism, fascism, imperialism, and is keeping us safe so that the terrorists cannot strike the United States of America again. Remembering the important living veterans today, we should really, really grant them an applause, and I want to applaud everybody here, so just hold on.
Woo!
And if you're wondering why I'm stuttering, I've given many, many speeches when I was on active duty in the Army for hundreds of people, but never gave a speech on Veterans Day or Memorial Day. So this is a new subject for me, even though I've lived it. So just bear with me, please. You know, if you surveyed the fire department, the police department, EMS in North Carolina, you might find many, many first responders, prior military individuals. These people, besides being prior service, They have given their life to save a home, a child, a family. So when you see them, just say thank you. It's really nice to have somebody say thank you. Not too many times do you hear that. Born of extraordinary accomplishments, outcomes, our debt and those accomplishments and their dedication, we must always be grateful. I again want to thank Post 288 Commander, and God bless all of you, and thank you for the opportunity for me to speak to you today. Thank you.